Well, hello everybody, welcome back to episode 45. Now let's play the game now, SpellForce 3 Soul Harvest and no expansion. Even though technically SpellForce 3 Reinforced, because I'm actually playing expansion for the Reinforced edition. So in other words, when I'm playing Steam, it's adding to SpellForce 3 Reinforced, like, look at the sign now, it's 146.9 hours. Where Soul Harvest is sitting at 4 point something. Even though, technically, look at this. If we go to save... It says I play for 20 hours. So in other words, if you look at my Steam account, I've at least 20 hours in SpellForce this campaign alone, not including, you know, creating the mercenaries and stuff like that. Hence probably why I had over 4 hours in that game. But since they added it to the Reinforced, I run it through that. Steam says you only play for 4 hours. Well, it's only 24. Even though SpellForce 3 is like, yeah, you're gonna love this game, 146 hours. Woo! It's going to catch up SpellForce 1, what I believe is in my 200-hour area. Okay, correct. And once it has begun, chaos follows, wars, suffering, plagues. Jagat is the storm mankind created, that the corrupted guide, and that brings Shagadut, the end of humankind. Again, I probably butchered that, so if you want to hear exactly how you say it properly, go back to last episode and you would see it at the end of the episode. Again, very quickly, IVATOPIA, episode 45. Let's get on, shall we? As we keep talking to him and getting information, because we finally passed this map. How are these corrupted chosen?
So there are 4 corrupted, 4 servants of Shoudat.
And we stop 1
Yes.
or Tahu stop.
How does it choose them?
No one can truly say,
Taha stop 1.
but the wise women believe
Or
that
Bust My Falcon.
Dead chooses those who are the most rotten or fragile
So there's
in
3
their
left to
hearts,
stop, I'm
and
assuming.
who have the greatest potential to affect
Unless
the
his
current
Taha's
cycle of
dad was
Jakku.
1, then there'll be
If
2
you're
left.
asking me who the 4 corrupted of our Jakku are, however, I do not know. No one does, until Jakku unfolds.
Sounds like nonsense, and you're saying this prophecy can't be stopped. Okay. Yeah, that's what he's saying there, but I feel saying it's nonsense is too far, because I feel... how'd you put it? Do you have legends and stuff? Generally, even if they're made up, there is some truth in them, if that makes sense. It's like, as if you watch my channel, you know I'm not religious. Basically, like if you are, then that's all do you. That's fair enough, because assuming Tiffy is, but I'm not. I believe the Bible was literally written by somebody or some people, and they were just supposed to be made up stories. But the truth of the matter of that is, when it comes, they would take stuff that they know from their lives or stuff around them, and that's where there is a bit of history in there. Because, like, again, I haven't done it for ages and I need to get back to it. I was originally writing a book and I need to go through it and check it. Ever since I come to America, it just seemed to be on hold. I need to get back to it and I want to. But basically, in that, even though it's a made-up story, I know there's truths in there. From, you know, I'm taking stuff from the environment that I know, I'm taking stuff, basing something off a person I know slightly or something. I'm talking about stuff in my time period when I was writing it. That's, you know, what works, you know what I'm saying? Something in my time period, so like talking about Britain or something, or the rules at the time when I was writing it, that sort of thing. And that's what I'm saying, like with the Bible. And more specifically, like his legend or prophecy. Even if this is all made up rubbish, there will be hints of truth in there. If that makes sense. And that's the way I see the Bible. Do I think Jesus was real? No. Did John, James, or whoever write their part? Maybe. Maybe they're writers of it. Maybe they weren't. Did Jesus really make wine into... what was it? Water into wine? No. But at the same time, where they set that, or maybe there was a magician round who did something similar, maybe they heard of that. Do you see where the hints of truth could be in there? There could be a guy going around saying he was God's son and all that at the time, and they based it off him, even though he was a crazy loon. You don't know. But the point is that there's hints in there. It's like, I believe they found Noah's Ark, for example. If that's one or two things, that's either A, people making that up, and they're faking it, or B, they have. But if they have, it's because the guy who wrote the Bible heard of that thing in his time period, maybe, and what's the word? Not elaborated. Embellished the truths. Oh, there's a flood around, what could be historic accurate, obviously not a full world flood, but at the same time, for him in his time period, he doesn't know the world is round, doesn't know the world is thingy. He probably goes, as far as my eye can see is the world in his eyes. So a flood in his local town, his local village, could be the world to him. So there could be a flood that happened in that time period, and I think they've said there was. Someone could have had a boat. He embellishes it by, instead of this boat fitting me and two of every animal, it was basically him, his wife, and maybe his local farm. And two of every farm animal, and he embellished it to everyone in the world. But you see where the hints of truth are still in there, if what I'm saying is correct, obviously. And I feel stuff like this, even in the game's term, well, the game's world could have hints of truth for the game's world, obviously, because it's a complete made-up story. But you know what I'm saying? So telling this guy, this sounds like nonsense, it's stupid, because it's not complete nonsense. But you're saying prophecy can't be stopped. He was saying, no, it can't. We're saying it can, and with your information, hopefully we can stop it.
And you're saying this prophecy can't be stopped?
Correct. It can't. Jakku is born within our hearts. It's a storm of mankind's own creation. We could have stopped the storm when it was still forming, but we didn't. Now, we have to live with the consequences.
That's me away. Alright, I've had enough of your rubbish. Say that to me, that's me too dismissive. Because there's hints of truth there. Stopping it, I think, load of bull. And that's the only rubbish part, I think, is what he's saying. But there's also stuff like, it's in our hearts. That could also be a translation thing. Like, you know, he believes in the hearts. What could actually mean the heart could be a weapon we could use to stop him, and do stuff like that. Because it's now lost. You know what I'm saying? Like a translation thing. In the story, obviously, it's still English. But you know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing with something like the Bible. When they talk about certain things, it's around that time period, and we translated it differently to now. And our values are different than they were back then. So when they're putting something that's a normal common slang or normal common law or commonly known back then, to us that seems like scary. Wow. And we take it wrong or take it differently. Alright, I've had enough of this rubbish. If we've stopped the plague, why can't we stop the rest? Yeah, one of these two has to be away. I feel that makes more sense, because I feel if he was more open to stopping it, like if we stopped the play, why would the rest? Because he would just surround it, because it's part of the pattern. It was, you're meant to stop the play, but you're not meant to stop the ends. It won't, so it's going to give me nothing. So there's got to be a way which sounds better.
I don't buy it. Assuming that all this is true, there has to be a way to stop this.
Can you stop the lightning once it has thundered? I told you. Jakku is a consequence, and we had our chance to stop it.
Hold on. If only the corrupted can finish the prophecy, wouldn't stopping them do the trick? Rondar Lacane is dead, right? He's done corrupting.
You just don't understand. Yes, Rondar Lacane is dead, but that changes nothing.
Because there's 3 others.
Jakku permitted Lacane to die, then it was because his death was necessary for Jakku
just stopped him.
Another corrupted will do the final deed, and this one you cannot stop, even if you try.
Stop this
Better
one.
to try than to accept defeat.
Thank you.
I said, better to try than to
Thank
accept defeat. Yes, Father. Maybe the scrolls are right. Maybe Jakku cannot be stopped once it has started. But they are just paper.
They are the truth.
So you say.
You could be wrong.
And that's why when something happens that doesn't fit into them, such as the outsiders stopping the plague, or a corrupted dying, you bend logic so it conforms.
Yeah, exactly what Saina's doing with the bowling analogy.
Even if it's pointless, why don't we at least try? All we Aliani ever do is sit around with our sad faces and let things happen.
Yes, and if the outsiders would do the same rather than hate, steal, steal, murder, and wage wars all their lives, Jakku would never have happened.
Well, it did. And I'm not going to sit around
and you're
watch the world
including
end.
everyone in that.
General, let me join you. Your
What we
friend is
sell,
right.
what
I
wars
think
are we
tracking down
cause,
and
we're trying to
stopping
end
the
them.
corrupted is our best chance. And I can help you.
And again, the hate. He hates himself a little bit because of his group dying, and they have their own inner demons, but... So your lot, you literally had one of you, we're not going to say who, obviously, we literally had one of yours who went out and poisoned there, and that's against your rules. We won't tell her because she's back and we don't want to ruin it for her, but one of you did that. So you're being a bit of a hypocrite, boy. Friend is right, I think tracking down and stopping the corrupted is our best chance. How could you even help us?
I appreciate the offer, but how could you even help us? This mission is dangerous, and as I understand it, you people are pacifists.
I can learn. Also, as the son of the chieftain, I was instructed in the words of the ancestors.
What's that?
A kind of tribal light magic. Protective spells, healing, etc.
The words of the ancestors are taught to protect Aliani, not outsiders with a thirst for blood.
These outsiders saved a
Thirst
lot
for
of
blood.
Aliani lives today, didn't they? The ancestors would want us to protect them. Mother would. Also, if you want to stop Jakku, you'll need someone
Thank
who
you.
knows about it.
Again, with the exception of a friend here who does blood rituals, you know, technical demology too. What do you mean by first of blood? We're just doing our missions to save people. Yes, people die in the process, but we have to at this point in time in the game. Obviously, if it was up to these characters, they wouldn't be going to war because there wouldn't be a war. So, obviously, we're going out there just to kill for the sake of it, but we're not. So, we don't have a thirst for blood. There will be bloodshed.
Don't your people reject violence? We've already had to shed blood on our mission.
See, our mission, but we're not
That'll be for the
seeking
last
it.
time.
We reject violence except for survival and
That's
self-defense.
perfect.
I will never harm someone unless he harms
Thank you,
us
that's
first. But I'm ready to do what must be done. for
Thank you,
our
that's good.
survival.
Words of
Oh my god, will you just go away at this
outsider.
point?
Using your spear when there's a lion charging at you does not make you rotten. You more than anyone should know that. Also, General Erev doesn't look like the kind of man who'd use violence if it
Thank
wasn't
you.
necessary.
Can you just leave? Because I feel at this point you're just going to be part of my French, so to speak. I know it's not French really, but crap on everything we say. Are you even allowed to leave?
Are you even allowed to leave the steps?
Father,
It's all right, Kayawu. If you remember anything, it is that the scrolls forbid us to impose our will
So you can
on
leave.
others. So, yes, if this is what you truly want, you may leave.
And you won't exile me?
Not if you stay true to our ways.
So in other words, we get attacked, you defend us. And we get this done and come back, you're fine. If you come back with heads, I killed these, oh look at that little children over there, chop this head off, then you'll be exiled. So I think you're good. We don't need you. Boom! Alright, come with us, yes. We
Fair
don't need
enough.
you.
If this is what you want, come with us. But you'll follow my orders.
I will. I'm sorry, Father.
Just don't lose yourself out there.
I will, Father.
Don't lose yourself, I will, Father.
Allow me to gather.
Kinda says I will
my
lose
troops,
myself.
I will meet you at the pass.
Thank you. And that's, I believe he's a light magic druid.
Let's tell the soldiers we're done here. I want to leave before nightfall.
We should also have a chat with that mercenary. Those flying creatures were quite useful, so it'd be wise to have
Okay.
him stick around.
Good point.
Okay, so we've got a little bit more to do. I guess we can chat with you quick.
Just give the word.
I hope you are.
If we pull this
happy.
off, then I will be very happy. I asked what happened to your wife, to Kara's mother.
May I ask what happened to your wife?
You know, you
To
can do it rarely, just
Kaia's
saying.
mother?
I do not want to talk about it. I am certain my son will tell you on your future journeys.
What's that, sir? To understand why you refuse to fight.
I still don't understand why you refuse to fight Jakku.
Jakku!
Your son is right. Even if we lose, at least we tried.
I can see why you would say that, but trust me, Our beliefs are not something we thought up overnight.
2 nights.
I do not expect you to understand.
And when you won't sit down and explain your beliefs to us properly, how you expect us to... So when you sit there, I don't expect you to understand. Of course we never understand because you won't sit down and explain them. You could keep... Like your son pointed out, every time something goes against your beliefs, you change it with your logic. Well, it's not even real logic, but you like twist it with your own logic to make sure you're still right. And we challenge you about your beliefs. You don't understand. Instead of explaining it to us, then we would. But no, you don't understand. It was his choice, not mine.
Well, leaving was his choice, not mine.
I know, and I saw this day coming. Either way, you should leave. If you really intend to stop Jakku, then time is your most precious resource. Ancestors guide your path.
See, that makes no sense.
And
What you said.
remember that your steps leave more than footprints.
He just said if you really intend to stop Jakku, then time is your most precious asset. That implies that we can do it. But he said it's impossible. So that means if you give us a minute, it's impossible. You give us 10 years, it's impossible. But he just said time, so he just finally admitted and made us a bit of a hypocrite that we could do it. Thank you, I guess. I guess we got through to you. Okay, they said to... Oh, where are we? I thought we were all the way down here. We are not. I guess I still access the armor, do we? No, I don't. Did you say something different? I've already opened that. You said talk to the mercenary guy before we leave. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, the way we're facing. What's messing me up? Is it alt? Ooh, no. Fudge. Oh god. I want to face north. Lose control and... There we go. There we go. Okay. I was trying to go to finger and it was going the opposite way. So here we back here to talk to the mercenary. So I guess we want to... This one.
Uh-huh.
I feel they shine in fog. I'll just double check to make sure. I don't want to leave it just in case. Yeah, we already got that. I thought we did.
This way.
Oh, buddies. That's the only thing I don't like with SpellForce 3. That because they we don't control these now, they stopped doing the work. Like, yeah, it's gonna stand there for eternity. They should keep working. You know, they're working for them now.
Yes.
The extra little missions, but SpellForce in general is generally good with little missions. Like the berry thing with the elves with the original game. I'll talk about that quite a lot.
Keep it up.
So he should technically hopefully be back over here. Yes. I will double check if there's anything else we need to talk to. And then we're done this area.
It worked, huh? I told you my beast would do the trick.
Technically
So,
they did
did you
nothing.
find whatever you came here for?
Answers.
Technically
Yes.
they didn't
Lovely.
do nothing
So,
because
I've been
we didn't
thinking,
need them.
do you happen to need a creature
Yes, we do.
handler for that military unit of yours?
Weren't you planning to go back to Wolfgar?
Eventually, yes, but truth be told, that mission of yours has got
yeah,
me
come
intrigued.
with us
and I'm pretty sure your unit could benefit from my skills and
I've already said you can come.
also- Nah,
What do you mean never mind? What are you talking about? Also what?
Also what?
well, maybe that mission of yours is a good way to,
See,
you
man.
know,
Probably is.
redeem
Come with me.
myself.
Well, I don't see why not. As long as you follow my orders.
But I will, as long as you don't ask me to eat
What?
puppies. My men
Why
will
would I ask you
stay
to eat
here
puppies?
for a while longer. I've already had a chat with the
That's the
villagers.
female puppies.
I think we can
Yeah.
help each other. I'll be ready when you give the word.
Where there's the bird? Okay. Can I say anything else to you? Like,
Make it good.
Huh?
oh, so you understand how you couldn't see that purity was evil.
I still don't understand how you couldn't see that the purity was evil.
Good, evil, it's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? I mean, you're right. Had I done more research, I should have seen it coming. But I didn't, and trust me, some of the shit we witnessed Cedric do, it'll haunt me for the rest of my life.
Yet you didn't
He
stop.
could at that point, I
No,
think.
because Cedric's thugs outnumbered us, and it would have meant the death of me and my men. So we just tried to survive and minimise the
Well,
damage.
look at him.
Not a story of
He's
heroes,
pat on the head.
yeah, but the best we could do.
You're a coward. There must have been a better way. I understand, because I feel like if he's surrounded, he's weighed it out until he's got a chance to try to redeem himself, and he's done that now, about to do that. Where if he just died and then hopelessly, he'll be dead and nothing would happen, nothing would have changed anyway, so.
I understand. Things are rarely simple.
Yeah, though that doesn't change the fact
you
that
messed up
we
big time,
messed
bud.
up. But once our business here is done, we'll make up for it. You have my
That's
word.
cool in the background, I just noticed that. How did you get to be a creature tamer?
How did you get to be a creature tamer?
Well, ever since I was a child, I've had a special connection to animals. It was almost as though I could hear their voices as a whisper in my head.
Really? Schizophrenic.
That's just what I tell my
Okay.
employers. Sounds better than the truth. That I grew up among hay, troughs and horse shit and simply developed a way with animals. When a griffin plagued the hunting grounds of the noble I worked for, the ranger took me along. And when the beast appeared out of nowhere, it, for some reason, didn't tear
That's
us
good,
to
man. It
pieces.
liked you.
Instead, it came to a halt in front of me and started making these
Oh, I liked
chirping
you.
noises.
Then you do have a special gift. Griffins are very aggressive by nature.
I think it had more to do with the wild
Hmm.
strawberries I picked on the way. Of course, I kept that a secret. The noble was impressed and allowed me to
That's good,
hone
man.
my talents. When I realised there was a lot more coin to be made with the skill and reputation I'd earned over the years, I left for Everlight. End of story.
I see. So
Okay,
long.
was there anyone else who wanted to talk to me before we left? Let me check the little quest thing. Assignment in new possession. I guess we could just do. Would it be over here? So I guess what we'll do, we'll just go and check it out quick. That's probably the closest one.
I'm here.
I'm going to go through the village quick and see someone we need to talk to. What have we missed? Gravis, nope. And then we're done. There's a map finally. Okay. You know what I need to talk to? You know what, we go quick if I do go in my kitty form. Cougar time.
What do you want?
Sounds like a plan. That way?
Okay, we can have a real chat with him quick.
Try to keep up. All right, I'm going.
You going to say to us?
Behave yourself.
Behave yourself.
outside.
So nope. Anyone up here we need to talk to? Nopey, nopey. Oh, we have. Oh,
You're an adventurer, aren't you? Come, take a look. I'm sure I've got something.
could
that
maybe
might
sell some
spark
stuff
your
before we
interest.
leave.
You know how to
We
play,
might do that next
don't
episode.
you?
We've only 2 minutes left. We're going to check the village, head there next episode, sell some stuff, and then leave the map. Anyone else? So far, I'm not seeing anybody show up. You sort of inventory out a little bit. This is out of the village, right? Yeah, so we'll, that's where we came in, so we want to go back. Okay, I say no. But yeah, so let's run over. It was there, right? Yeah. So we're going to end here at 23, going on 24, so we'll end a minute earlier. And next episode we will see if we can sell stuff before we leave and maybe check out our rewards and everything. So please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I've been IVATOPIA, you know, for watching. Have a great one day and see you next time, everyone. Bye!